Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryland. It is Wednesday night. It's just gone 19:30 hours. And it's another VK4BAD BADnet for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Current temperature at my place at the moment at Faryland is 25 degrees neat. 0.7 k of breeze and 78% humidity. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo. I'll now change my call to the club call of VK4BAD for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. This is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. I'll now listen out for any other call-ins. VK4BAD listening.
VK4 Yankee Charlie. VK4 Mike Victor. VK4 Foxtrot Alpha X-ray on the 7100. Christening it on this net tonight.
Okay, we've got VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim, VK4 Mike Victor L, and VK4 Foxtrot Alpha X-ray Don. Anyone else want to join the net? VK4BAD listening?
Good evening, everyone. VK4 Echo Mike.
Okay, we got Merv at the moment as well. Good evening there, Merv. VK4 Echo Mike. Anyone else want to join the net before we take off on the first round? VK4BAD? Okay, we got VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim in Blackbutt. VK4 Mike Victor L in Dolby. VK4 FAX Don in Drayton. And VK4 Echo Mike Merv in Pittswood. Okay, good evening all. Does anyone else want to join in VK4BAD? Okay, it sounds like no one else at the moment. We might get a couple of stragglers later on. Okay, this way here, it's been a bit of a strange sort of a day today, but can't complain on that. And but other than that, the Echo Link system, I'm still waiting on a couple of bits and pieces which I was hoping to come today, but looks like it's going to be Friday before I see them. So there's a bit of a delay on the Echo Link system. Okay, yeah, the delay, for anyone wanting to know, it's the Wi-Fi connection between the shack here and where the radio link is. I'm just waiting on a couple of beams so I could get a good signal up to where they got to go to. One on each end, pointing at each other. So the problem part is not with the radio or the setup, but just with a little bits of accessories. Okay. Anyone else before we start off on this round? Before we throw it over to the net. VK4BAD listening. Okay. Nothing heard extra. I was expecting an IJP to pop up, but he'll probably come in a bit later on. There also could be a JRA in the area. Actually, I'm listening. I'm hearing a different tail on the 70 centimeters. It seems to be a longer one. Well, just slightly, or it's just a bit different compared to what I'm used to hearing. Okay, VK4 Yankee Charlie. Good evening there, Jim. VK4BAD.
Yeah, evening there, Gary. Good to catch up with you. And we've got Al and Don and Move there. Evening to everybody. I guess, well, the topic has been rain. We've done pretty good out of that. And I guess you've been doing okay out there too, Gary. Rain-wise, the country certainly responded fairly well over this way. Humidity is up there very well. I guess that comes with the moisture in the atmosphere and the ground and so forth. Gary, was it last week? You're waiting on some coax too, I think, Gary, for one of your jobs there. Wondering if that might have turned up. You just got to wait for the mailman, I suppose, by the sound of that. But no, otherwise we've been fairly busy here. Keeping the grass mowed at the moment. You only just get it all done, which takes us probably about 2 days, and then you're back, nearly back doing it again. But that's all right. We use the grass that we mow in amongst the trees. It goes back underneath the trees to use as mulch, so that's not such a bad thing. Not much else that's thrown at the moment there. Al, I guess you've had a fair bit over your way too. I think it was a little bit over 200 mil for November here. Not just too bad. Certainly a good Christmas present, all right. VK4MV, VK4YC. VK4YC in the group VK4 Mike Victor. Good evening, Jim, and Gary, Don and Merv. And it's good to hear everyone in. Yes, there've been much better conditions for greening the grass and making it grow. And goodness, you can almost hear it growing overnight. and Sue next door was out on the mower doing the little bit up the between the trees and round the trees at the driveways, and I did down the side of the driveway and right out to the street, minus the block in front, and did all my own a couple of days ago. So it's looking smart and much more pleasant to look out and see a greeny vista for a change rather than a brown one. But we've certainly had some puddles out there, and we sort of had to fit in between the showers. And yes, what's been going on? I worked a bit of DX to an expedition, 3 Delta 2 Yankee on Rotuma Island out in the Pacific. There's a DX expedition on, and I managed to work them I think it was Saturday night, I think. Just to blow the cobwebs out of the radio on HF, and the latest AR magazine arrived in the letterbox, and noting 2 50-year anniversaries. One for Cyclone Tracy, and there's quite extensive reports on that. Made some interesting reading for the events and the occurrences for the Darwin cyclone event back then. And the other one is AO7, the MSAT Oscar 7 satellite is 50 years that it's been up, and it's one of the oldest, well, I think it is the oldest still orbiting space object. They say it's the oldest man-made space object still working, so it obviously outdates the Voyagers. And so, yeah, quite impressive bits of stories and all the rest of it. Quite interesting reading. It's quite a good magazine this month, or this pair of months. Other than that, all is well. Health's good, and yeah, nice to hear everybody on. So, round to you, Don. VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Mike Victor.
VK4 Mike Victor, VK4FAX. Yeah, thanks, Al, and good evening to Gary, Jim, and Al, and Bev. Yeah, not a lot to report around here. As Bev will know, and everyone else has said, knocking down the grass. And yeah, I got a considerable amount done down the back paddock today. We had the surveyor here to survey off a parcel of land that we're trying to get organised, and it's been close to it's over 18 months anyway. Just local council are making or roads or roadblocks wherever they can. But anyway, that's a story for not for the air, because some of the comments could become a bit blue. Anyway, we're on the way after 18 months or so. At least we got it surveyed today, and that's been a process as well. I was going to mention the weather. Yeah, it was humid today, but it sort of cooled off a little bit later in the day, which was when I went out on the mower, and it wasn't too bad. Anyway, I'm christening 7100 tonight, and I'm able to read the gain that people are coming in by now, because the display has got stuff that I don't understand, and most signals are coming in, I think 20 over, and those who are seasoned in this radio industry can direct me as to how you read that, but it says this is a scale here from 1 to 60 dB, and most of the signals are around the 20 mark or a little bit over. Anyway, VK4EM, VK4FAX with the group.
It's on VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Echo Mike. Very good evening to you all. Well, my meter goes up to 60 dB, and that's where the signal strength meter is saying that it's receiving the repeater at 60 dB. Well, to the limit. It's probably more than that, but to the limit. All right. And yes, the weather and the rain, it was humid here today too. Had a few spots this afternoon, but didn't turn into rain, but just a few spots. And we've had 162 for November, so that's absolutely fantastic. The lawns here are beautiful. Got beautiful green cooch. It's been taking over this property here for the last 25 years, or probably more, and it's gradually succeeding. And it was I think it was 2 days ago, I got on the rider mower and, mowed the northern paddock. And then 2 days later, I walked past it again. I thought, gee, did I mow that or not? It certainly didn't look like it. And I put the mower over it again and took another 50 mil off it. All the lawns here, everything's in seed. So, we can't use it for mulch because we put it anywhere and next thing there's runners, the cooch is running everywhere. So we just usually, cut it and leave it dry out where it is, and then that's how it ends up here. I guess probably by now you've all been told and all been invited to the Darling Downs Radio Club on their Christmas break-up on the 14th at Webb Park. So if you're interested in that and you want to roll up, please do so. All right. Wise, I haven't been doing much either, and I watched 6 metres today, and it was within Australia and Tasmania and New Zealand and mainland Australia, all VKs of course. And even though there was a few Js there, but they weren't coming here, they were working backwards and forwards between Tasmania. So I couldn't even rouse up a J today. VK4BAD in the group, VK4 Echo Mike.
VK4 Echo Mike in group, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Before I continue on, is there anyone else want to join the net? VK4BAD listening?
VK4 Delta Kilo Whiskey.
VK4 Delta Kilo Whiskey. Good evening there, Dion. Have a say, VK4BAD.
Yeah, VK4BAD in the group. Gentlemen, catching you on a slightly different band. I'm being lazy this evening. I'm using my vertical. To let you know that the Bunya Mountains repeater is getting into Bald Hills almost the VHF the last couple of nights, I have to say. Pretty quiet on the band and getting in pretty well. Stopping in and out. I know that I've been listening for a little bit. VK4BAD.
Okay, VK4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. No worries there, Dion. Same thing as last night. You're just missing a couple of words every now and then. There, but we got the gist of everything there. And you're making a nice trip up to the repeater from Bald Hill. Okay, anyone else want to call in before we start the second round? VK4BAD? Okay, nothing else heard at the present time. Right, okay, VK4 Yankee Charlie, no worries there, Jim. With all the rain you've been having. We have hardly had any rain this week. Well, yeah, we've had no rain this week. There at my QDH. But we've had sunshine, and yes, I was doing the same thing as majority of you guys. Popping up, decided to go and hop on the ride on and do a bit of weed whacking with the ride on. And just before lunchtime, there was a nice little vibration coming from the deck of the ride on, and I shut it down, and let's just say that the housing where the shaft goes through the deck to join the blades up to the pulley, that has kind of like been modified in a way that it shouldn't be. So I've got onto Rover and sent them all my information on what I require, and can they give me an estimate on the price of the assembly unit, which goes from the top to the bottom through the deck and hooks onto the blades. Because mine has got quite a bit of an alteration in there, which it decided it wanted to do. Bearings are supposed to be on the inside, not the outside in plain view. So I'm hoping I'll get an email back from them tomorrow, and I'll order a new part for me ride on. Mind you, I've got 2 new belts to go on it at the moment. Stand by. Okay, Al. Okay, on the 50th anniversary of Darwin. That actually comes up on the 24th of December, or 25th, depending on which way you look at it. For the cyclone will wipe Darwin off the map. A bit of information on that one. It was an amateur who actually got the word out. And an amateur in Victoria, in Melbourne, received a call for Cyclone Tracy. So okay on the older satellite as well. Yes, yeah. There's a few up there which are still roaming around. I go through AO91. That's what I mainly go for. plus the International Space Station. But that's another one. Don, your radio sounds okay. No problems at all. There, and you've got the standard LED or display, or is it an analog display? It'll be LED most likely. It wouldn't be analog. Yeah, that's dB readings. There, as who said that? Merv, I think it was. But yeah, it's dB readings. That's what it's covering. Registering as. Some people used to just seeing 5 lights, which is 3, 6, 9, and above. But no. But no. What you're looking at is what you're getting there. Stand by again. I'm not too sure, but my audio panel done an update just before. It sounds like it's running like a Vox system. That's what I'm hearing at the moment. That's why I'm probably saying that the repeater sounded a bit different compared to the other day. But no worries on that. I'll get used to the new settings, or I'll look up the new settings and I'll change them back to where I like to hear myself. Okay, but nice to hear you in there, Merv. Yeah, keep the grass down. As I said, my mower's decided to have a little bit of a breakdown. And yes, doesn't take much sunshine for the grass to grow. There. And Dion, nice to hear you in there. Definitely doing a nice job. The other guys will probably give you a bit of a report of what they heard over the last over. So so you don't just get a single person's review. Hi. Okay, as I said earlier on there, the Echo Link, I'm still waiting on bits and pieces. Yes, the antenna's up. Yes, the coax is connected to it all. It is all there. I'm just, as I said, I do have Wi-Fi going up to getting up there, but I'm not happy with the strength what it's actually getting into it up there. So I'm waiting on a couple of antennas, and they'll should be. I was hoping they'll be here in yesterday's mail, but by looks they're going to be here on Friday's mail. Yes, it's a problem when you only get mail only a couple of days a week. Hi. But that's no problem. Okay, so but it's all up and ready. It's just I'm just waiting on bits and pieces. VK4BAD. Listening for anyone else who wants to join the net before we start off on the last round of the, night. VK4BAD listening. Okay, it sounds like I thought we might have got a couple of extras, but. Oh, excuse, hi. About not as yet. Okay, so but it's all up and ready. VK4BAD. Listening for anyone else who wants to join the net before we start off on the last round of the night. VK4BAD listening. Okay, it sounds like I thought we might have got a couple of extras, but oh, excuse I, but not as yet. Okay, VK4 Yankee Charlie, back to you there. Back up to you there, Jim. VK4BAD.
like we're it for the night, Gary, at this stage. But it's all good. What are we talking about? Oh, mower parts. Yeah, as long as the parts don't cost you more than the mower there, or another mower, Gary. But yeah, from what you said, it's been modified, and yeah, it needs a bit of TLC there. Oh, yeah, mate, yeah, that just turned up here too yesterday. That's all good. Oh, Gary, yeah, we get the mail 3 days a week here. And that might be what you've got there as well. And Cyclone Tracy, yeah, that's going back a fair while, isn't it? 74, yeah, I was in Brisbane then when that happened, and that got flooded as well. John, yeah, okay, on the survey there too. Yeah, there's always some dramas with council. We're in a different regional council here, but we've tried a similar sort of a process without any joy, with meetings and so forth with the local office, but yeah, not to be the way it's looking there. Yeah, okay, on the Keach there. There's a little bit on the property here, and I'd say it's just a native Keach, but it certainly does do well when the weather's right. And it needs the water to make it, or to keep it looking good, I guess you'd say. And Dion, just a quick one there, Dion. Did you say you're using a vertical there, Gay?
Yeah, QSL VK4YC, VK4DKW, just using the vertical line.
Yeah, okay, mate, yeah. It's drops out a little bit there, but I think the vertical would be doing a pretty good job to get to the bunyias there. Yeah, we, like Gary mentioned there earlier, it's we got the gist of what you were saying there, and yeah, it's certainly a pretty fair height for a vertical there. So good on that one. What else did I have written down there? Yeah, okay, on Web Park get together for the Christmas break up there too. I did hear that on the news. Anyway, pass it on. Keep things moving. VK4AL, VK4 Yankee Charlie. Sorry, VK4 Mike Victor. I'll get that right. Sorry, Al. VK4YC. VK4YC, VK4 Mike Victor. Yeah, Lima would be a good call sign. Yes, all good. Yeah, good job, Dion. Welcome, and nice to hear that signal's getting out to there, and you are able to get back. Excellent. And yeah, Don, that 7100 is sounding good, nice and clear. And if you wanted to get technical, although most of the S meters on radios should be guess meters, they're not highly accurate or calibrated in any regular form. and it's going to be a bit of a problem working out exactly where they are, depending on how they're specified by the manufacturers. But you can roughly say that that's giving you about 50 microvolts of signal at the back of the radio. So that's reasonably effective, and certainly be full quieting. We'd use much less than that just to check radios for distortion. We would have removed every impediment to a clear signal internally, so that's well and truly enough to be rock solid, which is pretty good. And what else was there? There's some excellent writing on the reports for the events of Darwin on 50 years ago, detailing who was involved and where they were, and because of the effect of communication being brought to light with the amateurs, they did an excellent job in getting things going until regular service was resumed. And so well done for those blokes back then. What else was there? As an update, repaired the PA unit for Crownthorpe. We got it fitted up and online and tuned at the Jake's place on Sunday. So it's ready to go back. But a couple of other things have been prepared, ready for the trip. So at the first opportunity, we'll go over there and put it all back together again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will remain working, and we can get some reports from how good the coverage is. So it'll 60 watts we got out of it, which is it probably would do more, but it's 60 was the maximum that we calibrated it for. 50 is its nominated maximum, and we possibly will run it at a little bit less than that, just for long life, and possibly 40 or 45 watts or something like that. We'll decide, but it certainly performed up to specs on the test run. So that was all completed, it's a couple of hours spent over at Jake's place chatting and getting that sorted out as we waited to update the radio we were testing it with. Anyway, that's all good. So round to you, Don, VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Mike Victor.
Mike Victor, VK4FAX. Thanks, Al. And I'm learning so much with this display here, and I've got to give accolades out to Andy HOOs for helping me program it. But I put it in the cupboard about 3 years ago, and when we went and had a look at it, I had programmed it okay. I just got frustrated with it. Anyway, it's up and running now. I just didn't have any confidence that I'd programmed it properly. Rainfall-wise, I think over that, I don't know, you'd have to correct me, Merv. I think it's been about at least 2.5 weeks or something. We've had probably in excess of, I'd have to go back to my diary, but it's getting up towards 180, 200 millimetres of rain, I suppose. Typical storm rain. If you're under it, you get it. The way things are growing around here, we've had plenty, and I haven't been fertilising. It's just grown crazy. The wife spent most of Monday mowing, and yesterday was bit of poisoning, etc. We had a wedding. I'll just break. have a disabled son and he has a, what do they call him, support worker. And Josh has been with him for nearly 10 years now. Anyway, he decided he's going to get married. And he said it just like, yeah, we'll get married tomorrow. So that's where we were yesterday evening, and that's why I wasn't there to do the New Horizons stand last night. I rang the old trusty old mate BT, or didn't ring him, I sent him a message, and he said, can you help? So that's why our old mate Pete was running the New Horizons net last evening, because we were off at a wedding. Anyway, all good for that. I apologise for not being there, but that was young Josh is considerably younger than our Timothy, but we regard him as another son. He comes to all our family functions, and all our kids call him their other brother. As I said, he's been with Tim nearly 10 years now, and I wouldn't have time to give the accolades that and his achievements over the years, and the contribution to our family and to Timothy. That would be worthy of comment on the radio. I'll pass it on up to you there, Merv. VK4M, VK4FX.
Okay, Don, roger that, thank you. VK4FAX in the group, VK4 Echo Mike, and a very good evening to you, Dion. Yes, you are coming through there very nicely, and just occasionally on about the same space of time by the sound of it, you just, drop out part of a word. So don't worry about that. The audio is very good and no problem at all, except just that if you had a little bit more power there, you probably wouldn't be doing that. But anyway, don't be concerned. It's working all fine. All right, I'm going to get along too and clear out of here. Go and watch a show with Denise. And I don't think there's anything else here going on that we have to get into. There's at the moment on 6 metres, there's a station there. I think he's from India, Victor Uniform. I think that would be India. And 6 metres has been, well, what can we say? Can we say really crazy the last couple of weeks? And where we've been able to have many contacts from the southeastern corner into Russia and Greece, and even a couple of fellows got lucky and worked a couple of stations from Africa. So just absolutely amazing. All right, thanks for running the net tonight, Gary. Great to catch up with you all. And back on to you, Dion. And I'll get out of here. VK4DKW with the group, VK4 Echo Mike.
Echo Mike and the group, VK4DKW. I've just turned up the mic gain a little bit. I don't think that helps on FM. Good to be able to join you all on the bad net this evening on 146.675. As I said, particular frequency has a lot of fond memories for me from 30 years ago when I was first a hand. This repeater as one of my backups for RDD, so really pleased to get in, and also that I don't have to get out you guys and beam you in with the vertical, so really happy with that as well. Take care. I think you can be forgiven for missing that. Really glad that had a
Okay, VK4 Delta Kilo Whiskey. No worries there, Dion. VK4BAD. Before we close the net off, is there anyone want to come in and say hello, goodbye before we close the net? VK4BAD listening? Okay, nothing else heard on that. Okay, I'd like to thank VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim in Blackbutt, VK4 Mike Victor L in Dolby, VK4 FAX Don in Drayton, VK4 Echo Mike in Pittswood, and VK4 DKW Dion out in Bald Hill. Very nice little turn up there tonight. And I'd like to thank all the viewers on the live stream. Nice to see that we've got a couple on there at the present time listening in as well. So anyone who likes the net on the live stream, do a favour and hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified when it comes on. And hit a like or a comment there. I do have a read of them every now and then. But no problems on that one. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Ambler Radio Club. I'd like to thank you all for turning up. And I'll now change back to my home call of VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Faryland. And until the same time next week, I'll leave the frequency open for general traffic. This is Victor Kilo 4 Golf Romeo Bravo. Thanks again, and 7-3, we'll catch us all the same time again next week, when we bring another edition of VK4BAD BadNet. Until then, 7-3, VK4GRB out.